Hello and welcome to Loops and Lore with Meg. For today's video, I'm doing something that I'm beyond excited to do because it's one of my favorite things that I used to do on my channel back in the day. I say that like it's been absolute ages. It's been a few years since I had my other channel, but my favorite thing that I ever did was the Tome Infinity and Beyond Readathon. And it was just something that I felt like, even though my community was small, like we had a really tight-knit group around this, and it was so much fun. And it's something that I want to bring back because it's one of my favorite things, so why not bring it back? And so what Tome Infinity and Beyond is a readathon that is 1 month long, all focused on sci-fi. At the time, I felt like sci-fi was pretty underrepresented within the booktube world, and even today, like, it's still not the most popular, but is one of my favorite things ever. So I wanted to create this readathon as a way to bring us all together and kind of focus on one of my favorite genres and share that with you all. So this is going to be taking place in April. So it starts April 1st and ends the last day of April. And it's basically just a way to challenge you to read more sci-fi books within that month. I have 3 wonderful co-hosts joining me back. 2 of these were original co-hosts from when I did Tome Infinity and Beyond 5-6 years ago, and one of them was a co-host of a different readathon that I did back then that was called Pokemon. And so I asked the 3 of them if they would like to join back in and kind of host this new round of this. This would technically be round 4 if I was hosting it on my old channel. But so the first co-host being Eric from Breaking In Books. I adore his channel and his content, and I'm so happy that he is able to join in. The second is Kat from Brews Reviews. Kat makes me laugh so much with all of her videos, and her TikTok channel is fantastic if you need some good bookish content on there. And last is Steph from Novelty Corner. Steph has been so supportive of everything that I've done, and I am so excited that she is able to join back in on this round as well. So here is how the readathon is going to go. I do have an interactive map, which I will pull up and let you see as I'm going through and talking about these different challenges. But what it is going to be is there is 3 different sections to the map. So you have the Solar Frontier, and then you have the Nebula Expanse, and then the Cosmic Rift. And to complete your mission of the readathon, you have to accept 2 challenges from every level of the map. So you start in level 1, which is the Solar Frontier. When you complete 2 of the challenges, then you can move to the middle level before you get to the final level, completing 2 more. You can double up books, like challenges for 1 book. So if you can find a book that solves both of your challenges for level 1, then you can read 1 book to get into level 2, and so forth. So at a minimum, you're going to be reading 3 sci-fi books to complete this readathon. At most, you can read up to 18 if you wanted to read 1 for every single challenge, but that is completely up to you. This is made so that way it is a fun experience to delve into the sci-fi world and not something that is supposed to be super challenging. So you can level up and down as much as you want to make this what you need for the month and that kind of thing. Welcome to the Tome Infinity and Beyond Readathon interactive map. There is a dice at the bottom, so if you do want to roll a random dice to pick your read, you can. You just click on it and it will go through and roll for you. And then there is a little book here if you want to kind of mark where you're at. As far as challenges goes, just know that if you close the URL and reopen it, it will reset back over here to the corner. So without further ado, let's go to the far left at the Solar Frontier and let's go over the different challenges. So first up in the Solar Frontier, we'll go to Planet Genesis, and this is to read a book that introduces you to a new world or setting. Challenge number 2 is Planet Nebula, and this is to read a book with a colorful cover. Challenge number 3 is Rocket Ryan, and this is to read a book featuring technology or AI in some way. Number 4 is The Wormhole, and this is to read a book under 300 pages. Next is a solar flare, and this is read a book with a bright, warm colored cover. So reds, oranges, yellows, that sort of thing. And six, not five, is to read a book by an author you've never read before. And this is for the media shower detour. Once you complete 2 of these challenges, you can move on to the Nebula Expanse, which is here in the middle. And the first one here is First Contact. This is to read a book with aliens or an unknown species in some way. Next is the Asteroid Belt, and this is to read a short story or novella. Short story collections would work as well. Number 3 is the Cosmic Library, and this is to read a book about knowledge or history or archives in some way. And like alternate histories would be really good for this. Number 4 is the Time Dilation, and this is to read a book that plays with time. Time travel, dual timelines, maybe there is a time jump in some way, anything like that. Number 5 is the Research Station, and this is to read a book with a brilliant or unique protagonist. I was thinking of Mark Watney, which is one of my favorite sci-fi characters when writing this, and so that one's definitely kind of the idea of it, just to have some sort of scientist aspect to it, but it can definitely be anything up to your judgment. Like I said, this is for you to have fun reading and not for me to judge what you're reading. So whatever you think works. And then number 6 is a Starlight Relay. This is to read a book with a highly rated or recommended by other readers. So to get some of those popular sci-fi books off of your shelf. And once you complete 2 of these, you can move on to the Cosmic Rift, with the first one being Echo Station, and this is to read a book in a format you don't usually read, such as a graphic novel, audiobook, ebook. Maybe you try immersive reading for the first time. Maybe it's a mixed media type of novel, anything like that. Next is The Black Hole, and this is to read a book where the truth is hidden or it involves a mystery. So you can get some of those sci-fi thrillers or even like some sci-fi horror type of elements. Any of that would work within this. And then number 3 for this level is a Solar Eclipse, and this is to read with a morally gray character or an anti-hero in some way. Next is Planet M, and this is to come up with a way to randomly select a book that you read, whether it's a wheel or it's a dice or a random pick or someone else picks, or it's the last book you hauled. Whatever you want to do, just come up with a fun way to pick out your next read. And then number 5 is Supernova, and this is to read a book that has been on your TBR forever and is about to explode off of your bookshelf. I definitely have a few of these that are definitely needed to get picked, so I will probably complete this challenge if I was being good to my TBR. Next is the Final Transmission, and this is to read a book that marks the end of something, whether it's the final of the series, or it's the last book that you need to read by an author, or it's a farewell story, or however you want to interpret this. That is up to you. So that is all 18 challenges, and I will switch back over to me on the other side of this video. So as you've seen, I have built out an interactive map that we just looked through to see those challenges. So this is linked in the description for you to be able to use both the dice, and there's a little book in the corner that you can use to track which challenge you're on. Just know that if you close and reopen the link, the book will reset just because it is there available for everybody. But hopefully that makes it a lot of fun to be able to build out where you're at on your map and whatnot. If you are making a TBR for this, you can share it anywhere on social media with Tome Infinity Readathon, and I would love to check all of these out. I cannot wait to get into this and see what everybody is going to be reading. I will be making a TBR video very soon, within the next couple weeks. And I'm also planning on making a recommendation video to go through and pull some books for each of the challenges, both that I've read and that I want to read, so that we can see some different options for these challenges of what you can read. So that is it. I hope you are excited about this as I am. This is something that has been on my mind for years, because it is definitely the one thing I've missed the most about having a channel, was having these ways to creatively push me to read more and push the community to come together and interact. And that's so magical within this. And I feel like the booktube community is such a nice place because of it. So I hope you are ready to explore the universe. And that is it for me today. So like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Happy reading, stay cozy, stay crafty. Bye.